Honda says the money will go towards building internal combustion engines, hybrid electric vehicles, and battery electric vehicles on the same line.
As everyone thought the EV car game was over, the world went wild for electric vehicles, with Tesla, BYD, and others battling fiercely to dominate the EV scene. Honda dropped a game-changer that's left the industry stunned. They've revealed an engine that's got everyone buzzing. So, here's the big question. Has Honda created something that'll make electric cars rethink their place? Is the EV revolution hitting a roadblock? What's so revolutionary about this engine that's sparking all this chatter? It's not just any engine. It's a hybrid powerhouse, blending petrol strength with electric smoothness. No charging hassles, no battery woes, just stellar performance, wallet-friendly fuel costs, and impressive range. So, is Elon Musk sweating yet? Are giants like BYD losing sleep? In this video, we'll dive deep into Honda's groundbreaking engine, its cutting-edge tech, the vision driving it, and how it could reshape the EV landscape. Before we explore Honda's game-changing engine, let's take a quick ride through Honda's journey. Picture a time when cars and bikes were just gaining speed worldwide, and Japan was igniting a tech boom. Enter Soichiro Honda, a man from modest beginnings, not some wealthy heir. He was fueled by a dream to build something extraordinary. School wasn't his thing, but his love for engineering never faltered. As a young man, he started tinkering in a garage, launching Honda's story. Early on, Soichiro tried crafting piston rings, failing over and over, but he never gave up. After countless rejections, his work finally caught the eye of Japanese companies. Then World War II struck, destroying everything, including his factory. Times were tough, but Soichiro stayed determined. Post-war, he began attaching motors to bicycles, giving birth to Honda Motor Company. It wasn't a glamorous start, just a spark driven by grit. Soon, Honda rolled out motorcycles that were affordable, durable, and powerful. In 1958, the Honda Super Cub roared onto the scene, captivating not just Japan, but the entire globe. It sold like crazy and still ranks among the best-selling bikes ever. That's when Honda truly found its groove. From there, Honda dove into the world of cars. They began producing vehicles in the 1960s, and in 1972, the Honda Civic hit the market, a budget-friendly, reliable, fuel-efficient car that became a favorite for middle-class families. Then came the Honda Accord, cementing Honda's reputation in the US and Europe. People realized Honda stood for trust. What set Honda apart was their focus on technology, mileage, low maintenance, and customer needs, never just flashy designs. That's why names like Honda Activa and Honda City became household staples, even in places like India. As the world evolved, so did Honda. They ventured into hybrid cars, explored hydrogen fuel cells, and even dabbled in air taxis and robots. Sure, they seemed a bit behind in the EV race, but this new hybrid engine could turn heads. Today, Honda isn't just a car company, it's a trusted brand. People from all walks of life, in every corner of the world, have driven Hondas. And it all began with one man's dream, Soichiro Honda, who once fixed cars himself. Now with this new engine unveiled, understanding this history matters, because when someone who started from nothing introduces something bold, you know something big is coming. So, let's dive in. What makes Honda's new engine a potential EV industry shaker? How is it different from the rest? The burning question is, why is this engine so unique compared to others? Is there really something here that'll keep EV giants like Tesla up at night? And if it's just a hybrid, why all the hype? Let's cut to the chase and explain why Honda's engine is dubbed a hyper-hybrid and how it outshines the competition. First off, this isn't your typical hybrid like those in older Toyotas or Hondas. This hyper-hybrid tech is built on a bold new concept. It combines a petrol engine with an electric motor, but the synergy between them is remarkable. Most hybrids switch between EV or petrol mode. Honda's engine, though, runs both in harmony, like a perfectly timed orchestra. It uses the EHEV system, Honda's latest innovation, featuring a robust 2.0-liter Atkinson cycle petrol engine paired with two electric motors. One motor powers the car, while the other charges the battery. The kicker? The car runs mostly on the electric motor, with the petrol engine kicking in only for high speeds or quick acceleration. This saves fuel, charges the battery automatically, and delivers a silky smooth drive. Now let's talk power. This engine pumps out around 184 horsepower. That's enough muscle to cruise confidently on highways or glide through city traffic without a hitch. And the real game changer? Mileage. This engine delivers 20 to 28 kilometers per liter in real-world conditions, comparable to a small diesel car. You're getting diesel-like efficiency from a hybrid petrol car with zero charging hassle. But it gets better. The engine's intelligent power management system decides when to use electric mode, petrol mode, or both, all on its own. No driver input needed, just drive, and the tech handles the rest. Here's another cool feature. Unlike typical hybrids, where the engine strains to charge the battery or relies on braking energy, Honda's hyper-hybrid has a super-efficient, regenerative braking system. Just tap the brakes, and the battery gets a solid charge. This means the battery stays topped up while you drive. Worried about plugging it in? Don't be. Honda designed it to never need external charging. No home charger, no hunting for stations. That's why it's called a self-sustaining hybrid. Plus, this engine is whisper quiet. Unlike noisy petrol or diesel engines, this hyper-hybrid is so silent it feels like an EV. Even when the petrol engine runs, its refined hum is music to the ears, not a nuisance. Beyond tech, Honda focused on design and aerodynamics for vehicles with this hyper-hybrid engine. Models like the Honda Accord Hybrid are lightweight and aerodynamically sleek, stretching fuel even further and boosting performance. Worried about cost? You'll be shocked to hear Honda built this for the mass market, perfect for those who can't afford EVs or lack charging options. No battery replacement costs, no charging stress, and no fuel waste. So why is this engine stressing out competitors? Simple. Honda's created a system with EV-like feel, petrol-like power, and diesel-like mileage, combining the best of all worlds with none of the drawbacks. While Tesla and BYD focus on charging networks, Honda's delivered a self-charging, EV-like system. They've tackled the EV industry's biggest weakness head-on. Now, let's address the EV industry's biggest concerns, the three main reasons millions hesitate to buy electric vehicles, and how Honda's cracked them. First up, charging time. EVs are sleek and tech-packed, but charging is a pain. Imagine you're in a rush, and your car's battery dies. You're stuck waiting 1 to 2 hours for a fast charger, or a whole night for a slow one. Who's got time for that? Honda's hyper-hybrid engine eliminates this. No need for a home charging point or searching for stations. The battery charges while you drive, and the petrol engine steps in when extra power's needed. It keeps going. No stops, no slowdowns. Perfect for long trips or cities with weak EV infrastructure. Second problem, battery degradation. EV batteries aren't cheap phone batteries. They cost lakhs, and their performance dips with every charge cycle. After a couple of years, your EV isn't the same. Replacing a battery can cost 4 to 7 lakh rupees, sometimes even 10 lakh for high-end models. That's half a car's price. Honda's Hyper Hybrid has a clever fix. Its dual-motor system uses one motor just for charging, so the battery never gets overworked. The petrol engine and electric motor share the load, extending battery life, cutting maintenance, and saving money. Third issue, EV performance tanks in cold climates. Lithium-ion batteries struggle in winter, losing 30 to 40% of their range. A 300-kilometer range in summer could drop to 180 to 200 kilometers in snow. That's why folks in cold regions shy away from EVs. Honda's Hyper Hybrid solves this too. When temperatures drop and battery efficiency dips, the petrol engine takes over, ensuring your car never quits, rain or shine. This makes it ideal for any season. Think about it. In a village or small town with no charging stations, how's an EV supposed to work? Honda's Hyper Hybrid is a game-changer here. It offers electric thrills with petrol backup, and the battery charges on its own. Plus, its regenerative braking stores energy every time you brake, boosting range without stressing the engine. The best part? It's user-friendly. No buttons, no mode switches. The car decides what system to use, outsmarting other hybrids. EVs face hurdles like charging access, battery costs, and winter woes, but Honda's balance the perks of EV tech with petrol power. No plugs, no charging delays, no battery life worries. Honda's tackled all three EV problems in one go. What about cost and maintenance compared to EVs? Here's where Honda's Hyper Hybrid shines, winning over car buyers. EVs aren't cheap. A decent one costs 15 to 20 lakh rupees, or $30,000 to $60,000 for brands like Tesla or BYD. Meanwhile, a Honda Accord Hybrid or Civic Hybrid offers similar tech and comfort for less. Then there's EV charging setup. Installing a home charger can run 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees, plus electricity costs. Public fast chargers add up too. Honda's Hyper Hybrid? No charging needed. It sips petrol and the battery charges while driving. No home chargers, no station hunts. Now the big one, EV battery replacement. A new battery can cost 4 to 7 lakh rupees, or up to 10 lakh for premium EVs. That's a massive hit. Honda's Hyper Hybrid avoids this. Its battery faces less strain, thanks to the petrol-electric balance. The battery's used only for starts, low speeds, or braking, with the petrol engine as backup, extending battery life and eliminating replacement costs. Maintenance? EVs seem low maintenance. No oil changes or clutches, but repairs are pricey, parts are scarce, and service centers aren't everywhere. Honda's Hyper Hybrid, though, uses a petrol engine with tech so advanced it rarely needs servicing. When it does, Honda's widespread service network and affordable parts make it easy. Plus, the engine has a self-diagnosis system, pinpointing issues to save time and money. Electric vehicles have high upfront costs, charging expenses, battery replacement headaches, and costly repairs. Honda's Hyper Hybrid is cheaper, self-charging, low maintenance, and fuel efficient. Honda's global strategy. Where's this engine headed? With Honda's Hyper Hybrid engine turning heads, where will it launch first? Will it stay in Japan or hit India too? What about big markets like the US and Europe? Let's break down Honda's plan. Japan, Honda's home base, is always the testing ground for new tech. They launch there first, gauge the response, then go global. The Hyper Hybrid has debuted in Japan with models like the Accord Hybrid and Civic Hybrid. Next up, the US, the world's biggest auto market where environmental rules are tightening. Hybrids are gaining traction among those not ready for full EVs. Toyota's Prius is big there, but Honda's Accord hybrid is already making waves, with CR-V and Civic hybrids following. In Europe, things get tricky with strict CO2 rules, battery standards, and green taxes. But Honda's ready, designing its hybrids to meet EU regulations. By 2025, they plan to roll out hyper-hybrid vehicles across most of Europe, especially where EV infrastructure lags. Now, India, will it get these cars? Absolutely, but it'll take time. India's EV adoption is slow, and charging infrastructure is spotty, making hybrids a perfect fit. Honda's already launched the City Hybrid in India and is gearing up to bring this hyper-hybrid tech in models like the Accord Hybrid and a new SUV. In India, price and mileage rule. People always ask, "Kitna deti hai?" Honda's engine delivers stellar mileage, no charging hassle, and low maintenance, making it a dream for Indian buyers. Challenges? Every country has unique laws, vehicle testing rules, and tax structures. Honda must meet these, especially in the US and Europe. But there are pros at navigating global regulations, prepping vehicles for each market. Another smart move, local production. Honda's building factories in key markets like the US, India, and Thailand to cut costs, dodge taxes, and offer better local service. They're playing the long game, testing in Japan, expanding to the US and Europe, then targeting emerging markets like India. This isn't just about selling cars, it's a calculated global push for hyper-hybrid tech. So, should Tesla, BYD, and other EV makers be worried? Absolutely, and big time. If Honda's hyper-hybrid hits mass production and reaches people affordably, it could shake the EV market. EVs boast eco-friendliness, quiet drives, and no fuel costs, but they're plagued by pricey batteries, long charging times, weak cold weather range, and spotty infrastructure. Honda's targeted these flaws. Their hyper-hybrid feels like an EV, packs petrol power, and doesn't need charging. With great mileage and low maintenance, it's a practical choice. Why pick an EV if you can get a car that's just as quiet, powerful, and hassle-free? Tesla and BYD rely on batteries, focusing on tech and performance, but Honda's nailed affordability and usability. BYD has plug-in hybrids, but Honda's self-charging system leapfrogs them. Tesla's not even in the hybrid game. If Honda rolls out these cars globally with smart pricing, EV customers might shift. Honda's trust, built on Activa, Civic, and City, gives them an edge. If this hyper-hybrid scales up and reaches the masses, it'll rattle the EV market. People will think twice before buying EVs, forcing companies to rethink their game plan. For the latest on tech and auto news, hit that subscribe button.